Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Ron DeSantis and his curriculum standards for African American studies. That news that came out. Where one of the things to be noted was that students should learn how slaves developed some skills that could be applied to their personal benefit. All of slavery is not bad. That's kind of like saying, all of rape is not bad. Sometimes you just sit back and enjoy it. If you look up tone deaf in the dictionary, you're going to see statements like that with Ron DeSantis' picture next to it. I'm floored. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed for Americans everywhere. I suspect by the time this reading's done, I'll be hearing from Arlene Army and Jennifer Portes, Dre 3000, the real Gilmore Girl, Jace, Hilda Flores will have a few things to say. Actually, I'll have to go to the comments that are put aside for people with potty mouths, because that's where I think I'm going to find Hilda's comments. Brenda Smart, all my normal people here that, have very mild opinions on things. Good Lord, DeSantis. Why? Come on down. Let's figure out what is wrong with this man. Critical race theory is bad, We don't want white students to feel bad for enslaving entire races of people. The kids didn't do it. Their ancestors did. And maybe their ancestors didn't. But it's still part of our history. It still happened. Okay, so what's going on with this? Why is DeSantis... I know why. But why? Entertainment purposes only. What's going on? Oh, DeSantis is just, he's a star. It's got to be all about him and his ideas. And this is basically what he's hanging his hat on. Let's be as racist as we can be and as anti-woke as we can be, because that's what's going to get him over the top. You know what's going to get him? Every freaking person around him jamming a sword in his back. This is his death. This is his Waterloo. Just when he thought he couldn't be worse as a human being, he they say this, they hit rock bottom and start digging. He started digging, and I think he just broke his shovel. He really hit bedrock on this one at this point. Congratulations, Ron. You deserve it. In the past, 3 of Cups. Ron DeSantis, it wasn't that long ago, he was the Republican frontrunner ahead of Trump. He was the one guy who was polling even if not ahead of Trump on that one. And he had this great future ahead of him. That's in the past. Current situation is people understanding who DeSantis is. He's this smug, arrogant prick who just, he thinks he knows what's going on and he's going to be large and in charge. And as long as he's got, the courts or the GOP supporting him, he's going to be a little dictator. Think of this as the businessman dictator. So he started this all off with his assault on Disney. And now he's going to try and, become the emperor. I'm sure the emperor is going to come up, or some king card's going to come up in here. And it's all about emotional. It's all emotional items. It's all anti-wokeism. He thinks, again, he's the star of anti-woke. And if he just gets people riled enough, they will go out and they will support him. They'll treat him like the star he is, celebrate his star, and get him elected. Here's the problem, though. Not only do you have the 10 of Swords, you have the Death card. He is toxic. Absolutely toxic. And just like Trump, everything he touches dies. He tried to be more Trumpy than Trump, and he didn't learn the lesson of Trump that everything Trump touches dies, and everything he's touching is dying as well. Outcome, there's the victory, all right, but it's more the outcome is the look at me, look at me, look at me. He is not going to be victorious with this as much as he wants to be. Yeah, he might be victorious in that he forced his agenda in the teaching of African American studies, but he did not win the hearts and minds of young people anywhere. There's the king. Yep, he views himself as the king of action, the king of doing, the guy who's gonna, take America and steer it the way it needs to be steered. He's the champion of the people. He is anything but. He's done with the people. The people are done with him. Now, does that mean he won't get reelected in Florida? Well, this will be just another nail in his coffin in there. So, again, it's all about Ron the dictator, King of Wands. I go out and this is where woke goes to die type of thing. But what he doesn't understand is most people like woke policies. So, even though he's trying to kill woke with that 10 of swords and he's trying to kill woke with the death card, he's killing his own prospects, his own political future. What's DeSantis going to be up to next? What can you tell me about the next scandal? Is there going to be some scandal? What's in the future for DeSantis? What can we look forward to with Ron going forward here? Does anyone even want to ask that? Yeah, let's find out. He's leaving. He's going away. He's probably going to drop out of the presidential race. Well, that makes sense, right? I just did that reading where, his campaign's running out of money and he's not having the backers and he doesn't have grassroots backers. He only has, big corporations backing him. He's going away and information's going to come out that's going to speed up that process. And that's the information I'm talking about. High Priestess. Sub-reporters are going to start asking questions. Some people are going to start asking questions and things are going to get really uncomfortable for him really quickly. What are those questions? Oh, and it's about money. I wonder if it has anything to do with his wife's hurricane relief fund or other money that he's taken or dealt with. But big money issues are coming up for him that are going to cause him a lot of trouble. And there's his wife. It could very well involve his wife and that hurricane fund or some type of campaign finance spending that was done on personal items. And you can, when you buy those white patent leather boots, they're not free. You got to spend money on those. Current situation, Queen of Pentacles again. His wife. This is about his wife and that hurricane money, or some other type of campaign finance that his wife is going to be involved in. That's interesting. I think his wife is actually going to be the one who drags him down. There's a lot of talk that his wife is the one that's actually running the show. I had a vision, a metaphor about a hand so far up his you-know-what that he's like a puppet. Okay. Women celebrating. What's this about? Did they spend it on... It's money... People celebrate. It would seem like really ludicrous. They were spending it on parties and luxury items and stuff like that. Again, there's finance, there's financial issues here. Maybe people are just celebrating that. Maybe I can figure this one out. What's going on? But that celebration. It's a huge burden, though. This, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Okay, so he's going away. Secrets are being asked about money, wealth in the past, and money dealing with the past. And again, I think it's campaign finance. It could also be the hurricane relief fund. We're supposed to be helping people with this hurricane relief fund. And you can think of it as their cups are up in the air, catching the raindrops, protecting people, coming to their rescue, helping them. But you didn't. You kept a lot of it for yourself, and you've been having a tough time parting ways with that money. And I think I've heard something when I was driving to work last week. I forget who I was listening to. It was probably like an MSNBC or something like that. That they were explaining that the money for the hurricane fund didn't actually go directly to Casey DeSantis. It went to some fund or some program that she's associated with, and that they've been having a hard time getting that money dispensed to the people. That she wasn't really, taking the money and run. I know if you listen to Linda G will have you believe that that woman just took like $90 million and ran off with it. And I don't know if the news actually bears that out. Outcome, there's Ron again, King of Wands DeSantis. Outcome involves him with this money. There's a big money thing coming on, and it's going to impact him, but I think it's something done by his wife. And the only thing that comes to mind with his wife is the hurricane fund, unless this is Ron partying with the girls. Matt Gaetz partying with the girls, Ron DeSantis partying with the girls. I think I've heard other intuitives say that they see Matt Gaetz and Ron DeSantis and others, Roger Stone, all being dragged down together. This could be campaign finance. This could also be dealing with women, young women. Maybe that's why I was having such a hard time with this. Okay, so begs the next question. Will this involve him and Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz. A lot of people help me with that pronunciation. He looks like the living embodiment of Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. He really does. A little extra forehead. Marjorie Taylor Greene looks like Beavis. And I've seen those pictures on the internet, and they're absolutely hilarious and spot on. Okay. Matt Gaetz. Does this money problem with DeSantis involve Matt Gaetz? I think it does. Oh, we've been looking forward to this one, haven't we? Matt Gaetz has gotten off with so much stuff. Okay. What's this money problem? Empress taking care of women. Ooh, did somebody get pregnant? Oh, somebody might have gotten pregnant and somebody might have been told to get an abortion. That is a distinct possibility, but this is also about women and playing to win, no compromise, boys club type thing. In the past, Queen of Wands, having an idea, moving forward, involving women, plans, actions, moving with these women. The current situation is the Hanged Man, willing sacrifice, looking at things in a different way. We had Matt Gaetz. We thought forever with Joel Greenberg and others that he was going to be charged, and they've never charged him. Maybe they're waiting to connect DeSantis. Maybe there must be something else going on with this, and I think it's linked up to DeSantis. So they had to delay this case against Matt Gaetz because there's other things going on, and I think they're going to link DeSantis to this. Ace of Cups, strong emotional components. It's going to be related to playing on people's emotions, like his anti-woke campaign or something like that, or playing on the emotions of people. They might also be really scared, too, of what's going on. Backroom dealings, the secret dealings in the back, and then fighting it off. Does it involve Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz with having sex with a minor, trafficking women. They've done that investigation on that one. They're waiting on it. Just Ace of Cups is hard. It's a really emotional thing. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this one. But there's backroom dealings. They're waiting. It's timing. They're waiting on the timing on this one. It might be that when January 6th stuff comes out, then they start hitting them with this other stuff too. Yeah, it's probably because of January 6th. Think of the passion of January 6th and the strong emotions there. That's taken priority over this sex trafficking case. And they need to get through that part first. And once they've got that done, then they uncork this next one, and it will happen quickly. So as Ron DeSantis, as Matt Gaetz, and maybe Ron DeSantis, but Matt Gaetz is battling with January 6th stuff, then other charges come through involving Matt Gaetz and most likely Ron DeSantis, because, birds of a feather flock together, and I think he's going to be in trouble with that. So I would assume that in the next couple of months, Ron DeSantis is going to be in big, big trouble for money-related things, probably with young women. I wonder if Trump really does have anything on Ron DeSantis. He hasn't released it yet, if he has. So, entertainment purposes only. This is wild speculation. I've got nothing but these cards telling me that, and some news stories that seem to point in that direction. But we'll see what happens. If you act crappy enough long enough, it's going to catch up to you. So, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. Really do appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.